Hello and welcome to this week's edition of CTN Community Update. As Anoka Health makes a move to centralize its customer service, it proves to be a boon for Coon Rapids. The healthcare company built out a new 58,000 square foot space in the city. Anoka says it will improve services, and as CTN's Jennifer Anderson found, it is already creating new jobs.
1, 2, 3.
Coon Rapids just became home to Anoka Health's new Customer Experience Center.
This sounds like you guys are going to have one of the greatest call centers I think the country's ever seen right here in Coon Rapids.
The expansive new call center is expected to field 8 million phone calls and 400,000 online appointments a year.
It will allow them to access the healthcare system more easily, and it'll allow them to communicate with their care teams in whatever communication channel they desire, whether that's text, chatbot, social messaging, and of course, through the phone.
This has been a really wonderful area to recruit from.
Director Minda Garcia says the center will also bring hundreds of new jobs to Coon Rapids. Approximately 300 employees will move to this center from other locations, but another 200 new hires will be phased in during the coming months.
I actually currently have 20 job openings. I will have 20 job openings probably every 2 weeks.
The entry-level jobs offer extensive training, opportunity for advancement, and a new state-of-the-art workplace.
Contact centers typically have a higher concentration of female workers. So we purposely went through and invested in mother's rooms.
Mother and serenity rooms, recreation areas, and a well-stocked cafe are a few amenities aimed at retaining happy employees.
Because we do believe in taking care of ourselves so that we can be more prepared to help our patients.
With a centralized command center, plus spaces that encourage collaboration, Garcia is planning for efficiency and harmony.
My favorite mantra is they're not calling to book a vacation. They're calling because they need some care, some help, and our goal is to make sure that we are ready to hear them.
For CTN Update, I'm Jennifer Anderson.
Anoka's Customer Experience Center expects to be at full staff by next year. They will officially begin taking calls on Tuesday. A new commercial building will be constructed off Main Street in the Riverdale area. On Tuesday night, the City Council approved the preliminary and final plat for Red Mill Properties to construct a 6,100 square foot building next to Wells Fargo. It will be a freestanding commercial building similar to one that was built in front of Home Depot. As part of the plans, the entrance to the Wells Fargo off Northdale Boulevard will be shifted further south, away from the busy Main Street intersection. Some real-life heroes were honored this week for their quick thinking that helped save the life of a Coon Rapids man. 3 Citizen Awards of Merit were handed out during a special presentation at Tuesday night's City Council meeting. The incident happened May 10th at a home in the Oaks of Shenandoah. The homeowner, Robert Berg, was moving an ATV when he lost control and crashed into the front of the home, suffering serious head and leg injuries.
First responders arrived to find 2 neighbors, Sandy and Bianca Dixon, rendering first aid to the victim. Sandy and Bianca, upon seeing what had happened, quickly recognized the severity of the victim's wounds and took immediate action to control the bleeding by finding towels and applying direct pressure to the head wound. First responders also learned that the victim's 13-year-old daughter, Natalie, upon learning of the accident, called 911 to get help on the way and stayed on the phone to give vital information and updates to the first responders via dispatch.
The 2 neighbors and the victim's 13-year-old daughter all received awards of merit. Robert Berg still uses crutches to get around and continues to recover from his injuries. Another big presentation at Tuesday night's City Council meeting, this one involving a donation to the Muscular Dystrophy Association. The Coon Rapids Fire Department raised more than $35,000 during their annual Fill the Boot drive on Main Street a few weeks ago. It was a record year for the campaign, and the fire department thanks everyone out there who donated to the cause. Dozens of students entering 4th and 5th grade this fall are better prepared for emergencies at home after completing a summer safety camp this week. They also learned how to prevent serious injuries. CTN's Dan Carpenter has more.
For 2 days in July, these young students make new friends and get hands-on training that can prevent injury and even save a life.
We teach them CPR, we teach them bike safety, the importance of wearing their helmet, how to protect their noodles, their grapes, their eggs.
Meet safety camp team Blue Thunder.
We have a little saying that thunder goes.
All that Blue Thunder energy comes in handy when you're learning how to evacuate your home safely.
At this age, they're really curious, and so by getting to them at this age, we can kind of start to teach them those things before they get into home alone and they're on their own.
The camp partners with first responders like the Coon Rapids Police and Fire Department.
They remember you. Oh, I remember you from safety camp years down the road, maybe seeing them at other functions. So it's good to just be out and be visible for our department.
They drive home do's and don'ts when it comes to electricity.
Never put a pool under a power line.
Playing in and near water. And approaching train tracks.
And there is a train coming. What should we do?
Wait.
Stop and wait for it, right?
Well, we trick them into learning is what we're doing.
What? What?
Oh, I didn't say that. No, we're not tricking you into anything.
The camp is so popular, several former students have returned as junior counselors.
As I get older, I'll understand more of the adult counselor aspect, but I'll also get what it was like as a student.
A connection that helps educate these young students.
You may notice that most of our sleeves are off.
Without the classroom setting.
And when the sun's out, sun's out,
Dan Carpenter for CTN Update.
thunder goes.
On Wednesday night, close to 120 students received medallions for successfully completing safety camp. With 1,152 teams coming together, the largest youth soccer tournament in the Western Hemisphere turned 35 this year. USA Cup Soccer got major support from a new title sponsor, Target. The retail giant created the Target Village with lots of fun things to do. We found former U.S. men's national team player Jimmy Conrad playing esports. He's inspired the next generation of soccer players through social media.
I'm a bit of an entertainer. I do some reviews and previews of big games. I follow the men's national team, the women's national team, very passionate about growing the game in this country in particular. So I go off on, they're rants, but they're fun rants, and they're very informative and thoughtful.
Another popular activity at the tournament, pin trading, which was held for the first time at the new Centerview Elementary School. The tournament wraps up this weekend. The Anoka County Fairgrounds will be the place to be starting next week as this year's fair gets underway. The action starts Tuesday and continues through next weekend. There's plenty of fun to be had in the grandstand with bull riding, motocross, and demolition derby. In addition, you can check out the animals, take in live entertainment, and enjoy the usual games, rides, and food. Tickets can be purchased at the gate and include admission to the grandstand events. Children 6 and under are admitted free. Hard to believe it's already fair time. Well, that brings us to the end of another show. We leave you today with the Backyard Band performing a little rock and roll Thursday night at the Coon Rapids Dam. Thanks for watching.